Welcome to the His and Hers show with Jody
and Alex Myciak.
And before we get into today's topic, or what we're going to chat about today, we have a really cool announcement. And Alex and I have decided that we are going to do a podcast live.
Yes, exciting.
Yes, so we would love for you to. We're going to have phone lines, and you can also go through right on the online. And we'd love you to, if you have any questions that you're like, oh, I wish they would cover this, or maybe you even have personal questions about our life or anything, we encourage you to ask. So it is going to be happening on May 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern. So more details will come. We'll have some local numbers that you can call. So if you're not on Ontario, there's different numbers even all out through Canada and US. And then there's also, there's a web call option as well.
Yeah. So that basically, no matter where you are, you'll be able to call in toll free.
Yeah. So you can talk to us live. So that will be happening again, May 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern. So we're super excited about that. And again, more information will be coming, but mark that on your calendar. And if you can't make it, or you're like, I'm working at that time and I can't get away, or you just, have kids running around and you're just like, I don't think so, you can email us your questions at info@jodymyciak.com. And this way, if you start now, we can kind of build them up and then we'll answer them for you as well right on that day, even if you can't call in. Okay. So what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about what we can learn from a chair.
Yeah, I think that. Please, because it sounds odd, but it makes a lot of sense.
So we can learn a lot about a chair. And I actually talked about this, or I talked about it yesterday on Coffee Chat. And I would love Alex's input on this today. So, because we all have different views. So anyways, I am just finishing a 21-day adventure cleanse. And it was from Chris Carr's book, Crazy Sexy Diet, and it's really, really been fascinating, and I love it. It was all plant-based, no alcohol, no sugar, gluten-free, like all that fun stuff. And you've been on that journey with me, Alex.
Yep.
And in that book, she mentioned that everything we need to learn in life is you can learn from a chair. So what do I mean by that? Let's explain, and then we can talk into it. And what it is that the seat of the chair, the biggest part of the chair, is our diet. So that's our biggest focus, is our diet. And then each leg, each leg is, we have mind, body, spirit, and then daily practice. So if any of those four things are out of alignment, we're off balance. Mm-hmm. It's a little wobbly. Life gets a little wobbly. And it's just been really interesting. And my journey myself throughout my own eating habits and just life and trying to be healthier, especially when our daughter Anastasia turned, 6 months, when we gave her food, we really got healthy ourselves.
Yes, we did. Yep.
Because if we want her to eat healthy, lead by example. So throughout this journey, I didn't realize how important diet was. I was always about exercise a lot to fix the poor diet. And it's really, exercise is exercise, in my opinion, is there to help us in other ways, but it's not really so much about losing weight with the working out. It's more about, building muscle, stretching, pumping your heart, really giving that love in a different way. But really everything else comes when you're eating a really nice, awesome diet. And it's just been really...
Exercise could fit under that daily self-practice leg.
Exactly.
It's leg,
right? It's under body.
Oh, under body. That makes more sense.
Well, at least that's where I've been shoving it.
That makes sense, yeah.
But it's so incredible. Diet's not... what we eat is so incredible. Like, when I've changed into the 21-day cleanse, this cleanse is not about losing weight, even though it's just a happy side effect. Mm-hmm. And it's really about just bringing your body back to balance. HP balance, energy levels change. So it's amazing how I can see now why diet, even though a good chunk of my life it wasn't about diet as much. Yes, it kind of was what I put into my mouth, but it was more of a focus of what kind of diet, Atkins, all those fad diets instead of like looking at a whole.
Yeah, as opposed to what we talked about before, which was a diet that's just what you eat. Yeah. It's not a temporary thing. It's just, this is what you eat day to day, and how you prepare your food. Yeah. That's what your diet is. Yeah,
so it's just really cool. We won't go too much into that because we did an episode earlier on about that, but it just was a really interesting. I'm like, like it just aha moments going on for me. Yeah,
I mean, it's you've got a lot of like really nice bonuses by going on this cleanse. Like it's affected all aspects of you, which is in good ways, in really good ways. And something that the diet's been doing is it's
not
designed
diet,
the cleanse. By changing the diet.
Which wasn't much, by the way. I want to add right now, like I already was off sugar.
Yeah, that's true.
And like the only things I changed was no meat, like no animal products, period. And then I stopped having our glasses of wine on date night.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my biggest changes.
So, for listeners who are like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. It's like, you don't have to do it right away. You can work your way towards it slowly. And then get on it and find out how easy it really is to do.
I just find that, sorry, I just want to chime in for a second. I just find that spring is a really good time for a cleanse. Like it just gets our pipes all cleaned out and.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You're cleaning out toxins, things that have been building up in your body. Which makes sense when you think about the processed foods that we eat, the quick pick-me-ups we do. Like I remember, when I was drinking energy drinks a lot.
Yes.
Right? Like I was
telling you, please stop.
Please stop. You're begging me to stop. And we eventually found like way more natural.
I didn't beg, but I was just like, please.
Well, you know what I mean. You were insistent and you were right. But my point is like, you're cleaning the toxins out of your body on this adventure cleanse, and it's sort of affecting all aspects of you. Like, it was for getting back in balance, and that in turn, just alleviates all these other things. That like you're healthier, you got more energy, you're able to fight off infections better, and things don't get inflamed as long. It's been so fascinating to watch, and it's just like, wow. So, because I'm on the adventure with you, but I'm not fully, I'm not fully doing all this stuff. Maybe if the kids were older and we could all do it, that'd be good. But I'm the garbage disposal, unfortunately, so I have to eat what the kids don't eat, and the kids don't eat garbage. But
you don't have to. You choose.
I choose to because they don't. You're right, because I don't like seeing things necessarily go to waste. So the kids are not on the cleanse, obviously.
No.
They could be if they wanted to, because this is all really good food that we've been making, like really fantastic, delicious food.
And I have to say, it's really, in a way, it's a cleanse, but like you said, it actually is, like you can actually keep going.
Yes, you keep
like
eating
this is
stuff,
how she eats. This is how Chris Carr eats.
Every day.
Yeah. So, well, within reason. She says she has like moments too. But yes, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to stay pretty close. Like I won't be able to call myself a vegan because I do still love my cheese. However, I can see myself staying very close to what I've been doing lately. Yeah. Just because I feel so good.
Yeah. And that's great. And that has ripple effects, not just within you, but like you feel better, and then that ripples out to like everyone around you. Me, the kids, cats, the house, the universe.
I finally had energy to take our son out for walks again.
And he's been loving that.
Yeah.
So,
well, it helped that the weather got a little nicer, but I didn't before. If the weather was nice, I don't know if I would have had the energy in the morning. But now, after we have like a little morning cuddles, and so I have a moment to have like some hot water or warm water with lemon and cayenne. Then we can go for our little adventure walks, and it's been so much fun.
Yeah, so that it's just fascinating how it really does come down to your diet and what you're putting in your body, and how it sort of, that's the base, like you said with the chair, which is awesome. Yeah. Do you want to start talking about the other legs?
Or now? Did you want to talk?
No, I think I talked a lot into the.
No, I meant like into the legs.
Okay, so
you want to start?
You got mind, body, spirit,
and I always start with the mind, and I think I think this is for a reason. Like everywhere you read like mind, body, spirit, or soul, like it depends on who's writing it, but it always is in that order. And I really think there's a reason for it, because even when I was preparing for my coffee chats for the month of for April, I started with the mind, and I did it really on purpose, because when we get our mind, you know, in the game on the right frequency, going in the frequency on the right path, or like just heading in the right direction, then everything else kind of falls into place.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, and hopefully will make sense to longtime listeners that we've been talking to. Because we do touch on that quite a bit.
We talk about, we've talked about the diet, we've talked about mind, body, like we've talked about it all, but it's just kind of now putting this like whole, like focusing on a chair. Yeah,
but we talk about how it's your thoughts that guide your experiences and your expectations, and that's where you have to start to change. And so if you get your mind, like you said, in the game, then everything else is a lot easier. So I'm trying to think of a good example.
The biggest one's meditation for mind.
Meditating?
Or is that what you're talking about?
No,
like
go ahead.
Examples,
yeah, please.
Yes, meditation's the biggest one, in my opinion. And it doesn't even have to be like, oh, people might be cringing right now. And I think we've even talked about meditations on podcasts and stuff, because it is a big part. And I'll be completely honest right now, I don't meditate as much as I'd like to. And we're going to talk about that in another episode about doing things, and it's all about a journey. So stay tuned for that one. But I to be honest, like I would love to meditate like 3 times a day. It doesn't always work out for me. I'll sometimes be lucky if I get it 1 meditation in a day. The thing is, it doesn't have to be complicated. So I love guided meditations. I think I've mentioned it before. However, you can simply just take a moment and focus on your breathing. You can just breathe in, breathe out. And that's what I do sometimes. So I guess in a way I am meditating more. I'm just not meditating how my mind thinks I should be meditating with the guided meditations, because I really love those. However, when I find myself stressed out or like overwhelmed by too much to do, I just connect with my breath. That's all it is. It's a mind-body connection. That's really cool. And it's just a really good way to connect. The other one that I love now that the weather's nicer here is walking meditations.
Okay, good.
So those are my 2 go-tos for mind. Those are my 2 top ones.
I want to say I've been doing the breathing more.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's been helping out a lot, especially because it makes me pause and think. But nothing but my breath, and then I go back to whatever it was that maybe made me upset, or that I was about to do a knee-jerk reaction to, and I sort of stop myself, and then, just breathe a bit, and then it really sort of changes. It changes. I've changed myself, and it changes how I react, which is great.
Yes, because I don't know. I heard or I listened to or I've read. I'm always taking in so much information, and I can't remember where I heard it. And I don't know the science behind it, unfortunately, because I'm not very sciencey. Is that we actually have like chemical, like there's a shift in our mind when we change our breathing.
Oh yeah.
So that they're like, so just changing your breathing and focusing on it, like taking a deeper breath in. Because here's the thing, a lot of us aren't breathing deep enough. We're not deep breathing. When you inhale, your belly's supposed to actually go out, not in. So I had to breathe to like.
Makes sense.
And then when you exhale, it's supposed to you're supposed to squeeze it all out. So your stomach is supposed to go in, like belly button in. So that's, a lot of us breathe backwards. So anyways, it's not all about breathing, but it's funny how, just shifting that can really just change our mind. The other thing that popped in my head, I don't do it often because I feel like I mind dump to you, not my journal. Like last night we were having a conversation. I just need to get things off. So you can, if you have somebody to talk to and you have a sounding board and sometimes you don't feel like writing it down, find a partner that you can just, it doesn't have to be like a spouse. It can just be like a mind dump partner, and just know that when you call them up or you talk to them like, I need to do a mind dump. Here I go. And that way, they know that they don't have to help you solve any problems. They need to listen. And what do I mean by this is, and you can journal it too. So that's what, if you don't have a friend to mind dump, with is just get your feelings, your thoughts, anything that is blocking you out of your body. Talk it out, write it out, and just
out of your mind.
Yeah. Like just but you know what I mean. Like just write. It's mind, but it's holding in your body too. So we're all like. That's why that chair thing is so important to think about, because if our mind, like things are out of whack, like they're all connected.
Yeah,
they are all connected, and if you don't balance them, then so everything's going to be out of whack. You're going to feel like your whole existence, your whole life, whatever you want to call it, it's just out of whack.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, it does. And so from the mind we join naturally to the body, right?
Yes.
So that's about
oh my goodness. So the body, so when I talked about it on Coffee Chat, or when I do, sorry, because that's next week, Coffee Chat, but for body, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody, but I feel a lot of its focus is on exercise, and then like obviously the food, which we already established with the seat. So it's not even part of the body. It's like diet is just overall health. And like what you put in is like what you are, kind of thing. And that's why I so love the new Canadian food guide. We won't talk into that because, we have listeners around the world. So I don't want to talk into something, but we're really excited that our food guide
is finally updated.
Here in Canada is finally updated. So, and it actually is in line with pretty much what I'm eating. So the legs on the chair though,
body.
Oh yes. Thank you. The body. So, went down the wrong, took a little trip. So our body, there's just so much more than just exercise and moving it. That is super important. It does a lot. Like I said, it really isn't, in my opinion, the main focus for losing weight, which it used to be. So if that is you right now, I hear you, because I've been there and I worked out super hard. You remember I'd work out 6 days a week, really like for half an hour to an hour, doing like intense workouts, not losing a single thing. And then I didn't put as much focus on my diet.
Right. Yeah.
So anyways, but let's get back. So we're not even going to, like, we all know we should be moving our body. It pumps our heart. It strengthens our muscles and all that fun stuff. And then yoga is really good too, because I find it actually, this is where, again, mind and body can connect, where we're stretching our body. We're stepping out of our comfort zone if you're doing a certain pose in yoga that you haven't done. And because it is a practice, it's not, you don't have to be perfect. And then it's also focusing on our mind and slowing down. Yeah. So it's a really cool thing. We hear some other things about the body that we don't think about is, what are we putting on our skin?
Yep.
How are we treating it? Like doctor's appointments. Are you getting checkups, physicals, all these things, dentist appointments? It's our maintenance. Like I talked about it. It's not the sexiest thing for like maybe from a woman's point of view, because we're not, maybe there are some car lovers out there, but we take our cars in for tune-ups. But some of the times, and a lot of the time, we forget to tune up our body. Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of things you can do for our bodies that, we just kind of forget about. Like one of the new things that I came across because of the 21-day adventure cleanse is dry brushing. Right. And I'm roping you in. I didn't rope you in. You're like, I should try that.
Yeah, yeah, because I've been having, some circulation type issues, and definitely, anyways, that's related to skin and body again, which is great. So I look forward to starting that practice, because you've proven throughout this part of the cleanse that you're like, it's a no big deal kind of deal. So and we could talk more about that later, like what it is, or you can look it up. Dry brushing, and
it really is. Yeah, I think it's just it's literally just a dry brush. You brush on your skin in the direction of your heart, and you start at your toes, and then you can do like circular motions, like on the areas that are either dry, like your knees or your butt, for cellulite and all that fun stuff. And then you shower after. You get all that dead skin off. And it just helps, especially when you're doing a cleanse or a detox of sorts. You want to get that skin off, or else that dead skin will go back into your body. And then and those toxins that are... Anyways, there's...
You can look this stuff up, because it is actually... We're not making this stuff up. There's science behind all of it.
Yeah. So anyways, it's just a really simple thing. It takes like no more than 5 minutes before a shower. Probably less. I haven't timed myself. But it's just, simple things that we can do, but things that we don't think of, like eye doctor. It's just keeping up with the maintenance of our body. And it's not doing it like, oh, I gotta go to the dentist or the doctors. It's, I'm doing this to
I love myself.
Yeah, exactly. So out of a place of love instead of,
irritation.
Yeah. And there's another word, but I don't know what it is.
Aggravation.
But like, instead of like frustration or like, or overwhelm, because it's like, oh, it's another thing on my list. And I know I wasn't as on top of things, and that's why like I actually have booked a physical with my doctor, and I went and saw my naturopath, and I was really learning more about breast exams and stuff, so I can do them to myself, and things like that. So just being more educated and loving your body, and just ways that we sometimes forget or take for granted.
Yep.
Even like we all maybe you go to the dentist, maybe you don't. And that, it's just those kind of maintenance things that kind of get forgotten because we only think, like, at least for me, I was a lot of focus on exercise and losing weight or eating well, like all those focuses. Yeah. And there's so many other ways to love your body too.
Awesome.
Yeah. And one thing when I say about putting on your skin, like for me, and this is not me like trying to change people's lives, like in this direction. But I've also chose to go natural. So I have like natural deodorant, natural body wash, and things like that. Yeah. And I use coconut oil for lotion with essential oils now. So it's those things. And this didn't all happen overnight. I do want to emphasize that. Yep. It's like little changes over time create big results. So don't get overwhelmed by all this. If you're like, oh my goodness, there's so much to change. Baby steps, if that's where you want to do.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Like, especially for the skin, there are a lot of skin products you can have. So why not, once you run out of a particular, pick one, and then go pick the natural equivalent to that one. So once you run out of that one, switch over to the natural, and then before long, all of the products you're using will be more natural.
Yes,
which is great. So from the body, then we move on to the
spirit. So what lights you up? It's doing things that light you up, like. Stuff that like ignites like a fire inside of you, like, yes, like life is awesome kind of thing. Yeah.
And that's going to vary by individual.
And we have talked a lot about, I feel like we talked a lot about this because it really is like, even this chair metaphor is about self-care. Like it's a big bundle of self-care.
Yeah.
But it's just finding what you love to do and do it. It's really that simple. And maybe it sounds simple and maybe it's hard, but it's just what I recommend, and I have said it, so if you do listen to Coffee Chat too, I am actually going to be repeating myself a little bit right here, is I recommend if you don't know what you're doing, like, or what you love to do, go Google self-care, and you'll find a million things that they list out for self-care. Then write down the ones that kind of are like, oh, I might like that. Or, oh, yes, that sounds awesome. Write it down, create a list, and then go give it a try. Sometimes you'll be like, ooh, that was not for me. Or, oh my goodness, I love that. I could see myself doing more of that. And then just feel it out. And then eventually you'll have a list. And I recommend having like a go-to self-care list. And then that way when you're like, oh, I feel kind of down, like, I had a really not great morning yesterday. I woke up feeling kind of blah, and I had all this work to do because it was my work day, and I had like a full day packed of, I had it all down on a list and every time, what time I was going to do everything, and I wouldn't have been able to create from the place I was in. So what did I do? I went to my own little bag of things that help get me in a better state of mind. So I did some yoga, and then I meditated, and I did some rebounding, so jumping on the trampoline, and listening to awesome music while doing the jumping on the trampoline. So it's just finding things that work for you, because that's what matters.
Right.
It's not about what works for somebody else. It has to light you up inside. So for a big one for me is also being near water. That's a big one for me. That really lights me up. But you know that already.
Yeah, and so do our listeners, hopefully. But that's a good one. And it's nice to know that it's different per person. So do some things that light you up. So that, and that's how you help take care of refuel your spirit, take care of your spirit. Oh, that's good. And we've talked a lot about that and how you can do that. And so, okay, and the fourth one is
daily practice.
Practice.
It's what I call self-love practice, because it's about loving you, right? You want to put things in place throughout your day that will light you up, that you'll love your life, that will really connect with yourself and just grow and have a deeper loving relationship with yourself. Because when you have a deeper loving relationship with yourself, then it's an outward experience, like for everybody around you, like you said with the cleanse. I'm doing a self-love act. I'm taking time for the cleanse to really detox my body. And that has a ripple effect. Same with self-love practice. And and you don't have to be perfect. That's why I call it a practice. That's why in Chris Carr's book, I'm pretty sure she calls it a daily practice. Because sure, one day, maybe you don't do what you had in mind. That's okay. Love yourself anyways. Mm-hmm. And then, it's just about trying to be better than you were yesterday. Yeah,
that's a good lesson to do, and a good takeaway. It'll help you not get discouraged because, we'll talk about it more, but in another podcast. But yeah, to try and beating yourself up about it because you slipped or missed a day of practice that doesn't help. So it's just about trying to be better than the last.
And
day.
Here's one of the things about practices that I've learned this is something I've learned about pretty much almost every year of my life. I want to do it all right now. So I want to have like a perfect routine in place. But nothing is, one, perfect, and two, you have to get there. It's building blocks. You have to slowly build up to the practice you want. And what I've learned, it's like really cool. I took a step back and now I have a really nice morning routine where I'm loving it. It's not where I want to be, but I'm working towards getting there. Right? So I get up and I cuddle Jaden and I have my warm water, and then we go for a walk. So it's just those steps, and everybody's self-practice or daily practice or self-love practice will look different because everybody's life is different. So some people love waking up an hour before their kids wake up. And that's when they work out, journal, meditate, do EFT, emotional freedom technique, so tapping, or whatever it is, or reading, or, just anything that's for them, going for walks or jogs. And I like my sleep. So that's for me. And right now, I rather sleep until our kids get up. And then it's like, okay, then I set the tone for the day slightly after.
Right.
So it's figuring it out. But just like brushing our teeth, look at our kids. It took a while to get in the habit of you need to brush your teeth you need to brush your teeth at night. And it took a while. And now that they're in that practice, well, look at us as adults. I barely think about brushing my teeth. It's like it just happens.
Right.
And same with our self-love practice. It will get there. And it's just building it one step at a time. Because if you do too much too fast, then you get overwhelmed. So that's my little tidbit for self-love practice, because it can get very overwhelming if you don't have much of one in place. You could easily start with just journaling or connecting to your breath in the morning.
And that brings us back to the mind.
Yes,
So it's a nice little, around, all connected.
That's the fun thing about the daily practice really is it connects all of them together. Mm-hmm. Right? What are you eating?
Right.
What are you doing for your mind today? And that's a really cool way of looking at your daily practice. If you want to start out and you don't really have something in place, look at those 4 areas: diet, mind, body, and spirit. Find something in each category that works for you and go from there. That's your daily practice. You can build on it. You can take it away and rejig and improve or redesign as you go. That's why it's a practice. But just start with those 4 areas and just see what happens.
And before long, you'll have a chair that an elephant can sit on. So yeah, back to the chair.
Love it. Okay. Well, we hope you have a beautiful day.
Bye for now.